Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie Joshua, and welcome to Thematic Thursday. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a simple project. I have 3 vintage botanical images in front of me, and I have backed them onto just heavy duty cardstock, craft cardstock that is, and just to be a plain journaling card. Now the theme for today is not necessarily the botanical aspect or even the vintage aspect, but it is about finding images in a book from a thrift store or something that you buy cheap online or whatever that has graphics in it in places that you might not think to look normally. How many address books has full-blown images every 2 or 3 pages? Not many. These are all orchids, of course. So I thought this would make a really good project for today, with the theme being finding a book full of images that you can harvest to get a lot of images out of to make journaling cards or pockets or whatever you want to make. In this case, I'm making large journaling cards to fit into a huge pocket on a page. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So the first thing that I have, this is a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. I got this on sale at Hobby Lobby, a whole pack of it for like $4 and something. There's only maybe 6 pieces of paper out of the whole thing that I would actually use. The rest of it is patterns like this that I would never use. So what I did with the other 3 is I just used my glue stick, and I just came in, gave everything a glue, and I'm doing it right on top of here. It don't matter if it goes over a little bit because this is going to be glued down to this side anyway. And while I'm at it, I'll say that this is going to be probably a short video because what I'm doing is not rocket science. And it's obviously nothing new. I've been to my parents in North Carolina this past weekend. It was our family reunion, and then a few other things going on, so I'm a little bit pressed for time. So I'm doing something simple for this project, so I hope nobody minds that. So what I do is just find the corner, press it down, give it a good press, and as you can see with the original ones, there is no border. So I press the whole thing down, and I will pause to iron it. It can hold 3. And then I'll cut out just at that border line, round the corners, and ink it, and that's really the gist of it. I just love how they look. I just love how they look. One thing I did think about, depending on how much time you want to put in to it, you could actually draw some lines in, or if you had a huge stamp that stamped lines in, you could put lines on the back if you wanted. I don't think I will do that, but it's something that could be done. So, and I'm just doing these in the order that they were in the book. I'm not being too particular about them because I will eventually do them all. It just won't be tonight. So how is everybody doing? I've had a lot of questions over the past few days about different videos I've shared. One of the things that I have done yesterday and the day before, I had a lady asking me about the lace in one of my haul videos from 2 or 3 months ago, I guess, if I was going to sell any of it. And that was my intention. But you know, life got busy, things, the heat, you know, back in the summer it was up to 103 and 105 degrees, and it's just, it gets, even when you have the air going full blast, you still just, it's hard to just keep going in the heat. But anyway, so I did make a couple of videos. One of them is uploaded onto YouTube as of this morning or last night. All my days are running together. And then I've done another one today, but it's not been uploaded yet. I'll upload it. I don't know exactly what day yet. We're going out of town this weekend to my son, or our son's house, who lives 5 hours away, to see the grandkids and do some stuff. So I might schedule it. Not 100% sure yet exactly how I'm going to do that, but anyway. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm just going to put you on pause for a couple of minutes while I just press these with the warm iron, cut them out. Well, actually, I might cut them out on camera, but I just want to press them, so I will be right back. Okay, that little part is done. So what I'm going to do now is just line up these cards in the trimmer here and just trim them down and hope that I'm not jarring the camera. I keep trying to find places to put it that it don't jar when I do stuff, and I don't know how successful I'm being at that. I moved my workstation, put my sewing machine on my little desk, and opened up a workstation that I actually created about 3 years ago when I put up all of this industrial shelving out here. And then of course it just became the proverbial dumping ground. It's hard to keep up when you go to the thrift stores and you find some really good stuff, but you want to, you know, make the video and all of that, and then it just has to sit somewhere until you make the video, and that's kind of where I am right now. And of course I don't make videos on every single thing that I find. Okay, I'm going to have to do this side first. And of course I do find stuff that's not paper craft related also. My husband and I collect vintage cameras, and so we're always on the lookout for those. And along with vintage cameras, we've picked up a few other vintage things that we have a handful of. We have a few of the vintage opera glasses. We have a few pair of vintage eyeglasses. We have, what else do we have? I know there's something else, but for the life of me right now I can't think of it. But the last thing that we got, about, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago. It was in July. We had a vacation in July. So in July, I found a pair of the old-fashioned binoculars like you see in the steampunk drawings and stuff. I now have a pair of those, and I've hesitated to actually show them. I'm not sure why, but I love them. I think they're just beautiful. But we started collecting cameras. I guess it would have been up in the year of 2018, and it was a byproduct of going through a fire and losing everything. That was in February of 2018, and our landlord at the time felt, I won't say responsible. He wasn't directly responsible. He did play a major part, but he was not directly responsible. But he gave me a camera, not knowing that it didn't work, to replace the one that I lost in the fire. And it was from the 1970s. It was like a journalist's camera. And that thing, I bet it weighs 25 pounds, and it's just, it's this big. But it's all metal, how it was back in the day. I looked it up, and I think they quit making them in like 74. So, not long after that, I was in the mountains visiting my daughter, and went to an antique store not far away from where she was living at the time. And they had this little brownie box camera. So I called my husband and I said, they got this little camera for like, I think it was like $10 or $12. And I think it's kind of cute. What do you think about getting it? Because we both like antiques, and we both have we go antiquing actually more than we go thrifting. It's just that when we're right here in town, we go thrifting because there's not any antique stores right where we live. But if we had our druthers, we'd be antiquing. Anyway, so I bought it and brought it home. And then it just so happened that, well, before I actually came home, he had went to a thrift store, I guess. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, somehow he ended up with one. So when I came back, he had one and I had one, similar but different. So now we've got around 50 or so that we've been collecting over the past 4 to 5 years. And we've got a little bitty spy camera that works. We paid $35 for it. And it's 1 inch or 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. It's a little cube, has a little leather case, and it actually takes pictures. So that was just that was like some icing on the cake. Alright, I have made 3 more while I was yapping along, and I will put them under the iron in a minute because the liquid makes the paper curl slightly, but iron will fix that. But I didn't count how many they were total, but right here is these 6. So let's just have a look-see real quick what we have. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, I guess I can throw that piece away, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus the 6 that I've already done, so that's 16. And this book, I don't have, the price is not on it anymore, but I think it was either $1 or 50 cents, one or the other, but either or, it's totally worth it, 1,000 times over. So I hope you like that simple little project. The next time you're in a thrift store or an antique store, if you antique, or if you're looking online for something and you find a little odd, something that you wouldn't be looking for. I mean, I wasn't looking for an address. I saw this part right here is what I saw. And I'm like, oh, let me see what that was. And it was an address book. Perfect size for large journaling cards. So yeah, see what you can find. Put them on a piece of craft cardstock and call them a journal card. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon.